kind of wises up, so do we. And whenever the reader knows a little bit more than the characters, because she's getting both points of view, I think that makes like they know where the characters are misguided, or where they might be making not the best decision, and so I start to pull, you pull for them more. You want things to turn out for them, which I think we want kind of in every love story except Casablanca, where it has to break our hearts. But all the other ones, we want a happy ever after.
You were fortunate to have wonderful cover art on each of your novels. You've held up The Universe of Two. Do you want to show the audience your other covers? Because they're beautiful.
Yes, I absolutely love them. Yes. So I don't have a paperback of The Curiosity to hand here. This is the original cover art.
I like the hardcover art best anyway.
Me too.
So, yeah.
Me too. But I'm not visual, so even though I'm my editor would say I'm particular about covers, I think that these books have been beautiful books. This is the
really
Hummingbird.
Fun about The Curiosity was all the people that recreated your cover image on social media.
Yes. What's interesting? Well, I'll say it in a second, but yes, people put their own clothes in these poses. One woman did like a tennis dress with a tennis racket instead of the cane, that kind of thing. People really had fun with it. This one, I always have one copy of the book that I take with me on tour and for reading and events, so they get kind of beat up. So these aren't pristine, but this is the Hummingbird, which I feel is I just love that cover. Just the sense of experience of the Oregon coast, and then the Baker's Secret. You're in France. It's really, really terrific. And then Universe of Two, and I actually had somebody today say that they wanted to send me a picture of them like this, but holding their dog.
Oh.
Because she was saying that we're all sort of we're all in our little universes right now, and I think this is such a tender, loving cover.
It is.
And I think it's important when you say a book is about the bomb, and people go, "Oh," to say, "No, this is the story," and so those are the covers, and I think the art folks, Morrow, are unbelievable. They also spoil me because they give me decal edges, which is the rough edge, like old
That
books.
is a wonderful touch. I like the texture.
People have times that when they're on Twitter, when they're unreasonable, and I never am. And the other day somebody said they didn't like decal edges, and that got under my skin.
I think you're allowed to get irate about that.
That's right. Say what you will about the president, but decal edges, we're not compromising.
Those are fighting words.
That's right.
We have a question from author Stephanie Bodine, who is viewing tonight. Stephanie is a fabulous middle grade and teen author, and she says that she's loved all your novels, but she has a question, of course, for you about what is next.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, that Stephanie Bodine is here is great because I love her stuff, especially The Raft. And I actually tried to write a guy lost at sea book because of her, and I couldn't do it. So I know that what she does is really difficult, and she makes it look effortless. And I don't even remember the question. Oh yes, what am I writing right now? Oh boy, it's hard to, let's see. I don't have okay, I've got 3 guys lost in the Canadian wilderness in winter. They're in a private plane that goes down on a little lake in the middle of nowhere. And they are trying to make it to safety in severe cold. And there is a tracker who's considered the best tracker in that whole region who's trying to find them and save them. And that tracker is a small, skinny, strong as a wire woman. And she's trying to rescue these 3 men. And she is horseback, and she is my favorite character I ever created. And her nickname is the Finn, and that's the working title right now, F-I-N, the Finn. Okay. And I have a long way to go with this project, but I'm really having some fun. It's a simple, small cast, and we'll see. We'll see what comes of that story, but I'm working away on it.
Eagerly awaiting an early copy. I was telling Stephen that his editor kindly sent me this. I think I got it about a year ago. This is an early manuscript copy that booksellers get. As you can see, it is very, very much hot off the press. But I remember it like it was yesterday, and I had a great deal of joy flipping back through it to refresh my memory.
You were one of the very, very first.
Well, I'm honored. We are happy to take some more questions from the audience. Feel free to type them in the chat box, and I will make sure that Stephen sees them if he doesn't while he is busy telling us about his work. Stephen, I know one question that people always have for the author is, what are you currently reading?
Oh, let's see. I have a bunch of friends who have books out this summer. And so I'll tell you the book I most recently finished was Kiernan Levitt's With or Without You,
Isn't that
which
wonderful?
it's great. It's really terrific. And
All of her
it's,
work is. Mhm.
it's so clean. It's so clean. There isn't an extra anything. And everything falls into these places that were opened for them early on. And it's really masterful. And
And lots of music.
what's that? Yes,
Lots of music.
yes, really good, really good. And Lines of New York, Fiona Davis's new novel, which I'm also reading in
That's
the
gorgeous.
galley form and really liking that. I don't know if you've seen that.
That's
or
my
not.
favorite of her work now. Mhm.
It's the first I've read of hers, and I'm
Oh.
really enjoying it. She writes. It's not a mystery, but her hooks at the end of chapters are so good that it keeps me up. It absolutely does. And so what it is that I'm doing an event with Caroline and Fiona, and it's a little secret I have, but if there's time before an event, I love to read somebody before the event, because then I actually can talk about their work,
Right.
not just mine. And when it's Caroline, it's going to be really good. So
I've read her entire body of work too, and it is good.
good for you. You're ahead of me, but I'm working on it.
Well, I hope before we say goodbye today that we can convince you to read a little bit of your work for us. Can you give us a teaser from Universe of Two?
I'd love to. Just a little one, okay? Like
That'd be great.
2 minutes. Maybe I'll read the opening page, okay? That
Perfect.
just will give you a little bit of the voice and sort of the level of addiction. I really had fun with the voice of my last book, The Baker's Secret, and staying in that kind of way of thinking. So this one, I just want to kind of establish it right from the start. One page. I met Charlie Fish in Chicago in the fall of 1943. First I dismissed him, then I liked him, then I ruined him, then I saved him. In return, he taught me what love was, lust too, and above all, what it is like to have a powerful conscience. On first impression, Charlie was weak-chinned. To my girlfriends, I might have called him a milquetoast, soft as an old banana, which only goes to show how smart a 19-year-old girl is about anything. Now I know better. It turns out the greatest kinds of strength are hidden and move slowly and cannot be stopped by anything until they have changed the world, which he did twice. I'm not exaggerating. I was there on both occasions. One time I helped him, the other time I hurt him. I hadn't intended any harm, but there's no denying that I used my influence to make him do terrible things, irreversible things. He forgave me, that was in his nature, but I haven't forgiven myself. Even now, all these many years later, some deeds are like tattoos, and the ink of regret is permanent. How did it start? As innocently as the chiming of a bell when a shop door opens. I was in the back office when I heard it ring, letting me know a customer had come in.
That was beautiful. Thank you. I know that everyone will be very eager to find out the rest of Charlie and Brenda's story. I put the pre-order links again into the chat box. You can order from either Excelsior Bay Books or Valley Bookseller and get your signed book plate from Stephen. Stephen, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And
pleasure as always. Really great. Thank you.
Congratulations to you on this magnificent achievement. Universe of Two is just a gorgeous novel. And I know that readers are going to embrace it and book clubs are going to have so much to discuss.
Well, I'm thrilled that so many folks came and joined us tonight. And I'm appreciative as ever of you for helping readers and writers to meet one another. And thank you as always. Really
Well, thank
appreciate
you, Stephen. I appreciate you taking the time to visit with us here in Minnesota, although I see we have many states represented as well as Canada, so now this is now an international event.
it. Oh, we have international. There is a Canadian edition. Let's say it. Yes,
That's great. Does that come out on August 4th as well?
it does. Yes.
Great. Okay. Well, we can ship the book anywhere from Excelsior Bay or Valley Booksellers. So please pre-order and get the word out to your friends. So thank you again, Stephen. We appreciate your time. And best wishes for a big success.
Thanks so very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.